Hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me. It seems like everything is working. I feel extra nervous and a little paranoid after the way the last stream started. So I was like double checking everything. And if you didn't come to the last stream, basically my mic setup wasn't really working and you guys could hear me when I thought I was muted. And it was really funny, but it also made me extra paranoid this time to make sure everything was working. So hopefully it is all working and good and that you can hear me. Hello everyone. Oh, my sister's here too. Hi Reagan. Thank you all so much for coming. Hello, hello. As you can tell by the title and also the stuff you're seeing on screen, I am working on sketch commissions today. I got 2 commissions I want to work on, so I'm going to try to finish those during the duration of the stream. We can hear you just fine. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Chewy. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that today. The first commission I am working on is of Ari. I'm not sure how much I can say about the characters for the commissions because I didn't ask the commissioners how much information they are comfortable with me sharing. But this is Ari. This is the art that the commissioner sent me. And then down here, I have this character from Yona of the Dawn. I have him down here because the commissioner said they used him as inspiration for the hair. So I thought he would be a good reference to have. Hello, Michaela. So I'm not totally sure what view I want to draw this character in. Oh, I apologize. My tablet's kind of squeaking, so I'm sorry you can hear that on the mic. It doesn't usually do that. So hopefully it stops doing that. So I hope you're all doing well. My day has been pretty good so far. It's been a fairly chill day, mostly just prepping for the stream and stuff. So I'm debating if I want to draw this character in like a front view, or if I want to do more of like a 3/4 view. I'm kind of leaning towards a 3/4 view, but I'm also leaning towards a 3/4 view for my other commission. So I'm wondering if I should go with front view for this one. Plus my reference over here is in front view. So it might be easier to draw the character in front view since that's what my reference is. So yeah. I'm not totally sure which way to go. Casey's wondering how the baby is. He is doing very well. We had an appointment recently and everything looked good. He was measuring on track and all was well. So he's doing very good, thankfully. And I'm also doing good. I'm now in my 3rd trimester, so that's fun. It's both kind of like exciting and scary to say that because it makes it sound so close. And my belly is getting bigger and bigger. It's starting to get to a point where I can't sit too close to my desk. Overall, it doesn't get in the way of drawing too much so far, but I do feel like it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna start making drawing a little bit more difficult. Also, this character, Ari, is like 15 or 16, but the commissioner said he looks a little bit younger because he hasn't hit his growth spurt yet. So I might try to draw him a little bit on the younger side, maybe like 14-ish looking or so. So yeah. So I guess right now I'm going with a front view. I kind of just started drawing, even though I said I couldn't decide. But Right now I'm using the symmetrical ruler just to kind of help me keep things the same on both sides. So let's see, how do I want to draw his face? I don't draw kind of younger boys too often. A lot of the guys I tend to draw tend to be like older teens, some of them mid-teens for like my webcomic. But I want him to look a little bit younger and on the cute side because that seems to be kind of his design and how he looks. I feel like he looks really smiley and happy, so I might make him have a more smiley expression. So we'll give his lower eyelashes this kind of curve. That always helps them look a little bit more happy. Will you take a few weeks off right after the baby is born? I do plan to take some time off. However, it won't really seem like I'm taking time off to all of you. I am working a bit hard, or like I'm working extra right now to get extra videos done. My goal is to get 2 months worth of videos done so that I don't have to worry about making videos for 2 months after the baby is born. So you all will still get videos during that time, but I will not be working on videos. So yeah, I currently have 4 videos done, so I'm halfway towards my goal, which I'm really happy about. So that's nice, and I feel like I'm placing his eyes a little too... Ooh, I pressed the wrong button. I'm placing his eyes a little too low, so I'm gonna move them up a little bit. And kind of adjust them here. So yeah, I do plan to take time off. The baby is due in early May. But you all will still get videos because I still want to be able to like post and stuff. I don't want my channel to just like die because I'm not posting. So yeah. Can you make another video on making 3D stuff for your webcomic? Oh, I really want to. I was thinking of maybe, I have a few ideas in mind. I either want to make some models for Silva's town, but I kind of need to decide what it looks like first. Or I want to make some 3D armor for Chip because I want a reference to use for his armor. Because it's quite complicated and I never like drawing it, so I feel like having a reference would be really helpful. And I also kind of want to make 3D models of the characters' heads. Potentially, I'm not totally sure on that one, but I kind of want to. The creator of the webcomic Spaceboy, he, on his Patreon, he shows how he uses 3D models for his characters' heads to help keep them consistent and for drawing them in like more complicated perspectives. And I think that's such a smart idea. And he like makes the 3D models himself. And so it's kind of something I want to learn how to do because I feel like that would be really helpful. So yeah, it's definitely something I want to do more of. I don't make 3D videos super often because they are more time consuming and really complicated, especially since I'm still a noob to 3D modeling. But it's definitely something I want to make more videos on. So yeah, I'll try to maybe get to that sometime here soon. So we have his facial expression in place. Like I said, I'm making him really smiley and happy, kind of like in the reference picture, because he seems like a really happy character. I am most nervous to draw his hair. The commissioner said they were kind of looking forward to seeing how I draw his hair. But I'm kind of nervous to draw it because it's really floofy and seems to have a lot of detail. So hopefully it goes okay. Let's see, I gotta get his shirt collar in here. Maybe something like this. Let's see, any more questions? Who is the character you're drawing? The character I'm drawing is for a commission. I decided to start doing sketch commissions to kind of do on stream because I'm never totally sure what to draw on stream, and I had a lot of fun doing the thing where you all suggest characters. But it did get a bit overwhelming and there was a lot of suggestions. So I was trying to think of how I could do something kind of similar to that, but like on a more controlled and less chaotic level. So over on Ko-fi, I opened up sketch commissions and I opened up 2 slots and they filled up pretty quickly. Which I was happy about. I wasn't sure if anyone would actually want them, but I'm really happy that people did. And so yeah, I'm drawing Ari. This is the commissioner's character. He's very cute. I don't know how much the commissioner is okay for me saying about his character, so I'm kind of just saying his name and general things about him instead of like super specific details. Maybe next time if I get more commissions, I'll ask the commissioners if I can share more info about the characters with all of you. Okay, so let's start sketching in the hair, I suppose. I'm not totally sure how I want to go about doing it, so I'm gonna do it on a new layer. Commission price. The commission price for a sketch commission that I'm working on, like this one, is $25. And for an extra $5, I will add some colored accents. So like color to the character's eyes, or maybe some of their accessories. So yeah, it's about $30 for a sketch commission. Which I hope isn't like too high. I never quite know what to price things. So I kind of try to just like take my, like how much I think I should earn in that amount of time and like try to calculate it. But you know, everyone has their own way of like calculating these types of things. They say, the commissioner said his hair is like really big and fluffy, kind of like a lion's mane sort of thing, because he is like inspired by lions. So I'm gonna try to make his hair really fluffy. It might help if I sketch in his hairband here. So I'm gonna try to get that in place. So yeah, but about the commissions, I plan to open more slots at the start of next month. March, I plan to open commissions again. And I guess if you want to be like one of the first ones to like know when they're open, you can follow me on Ko-fi. That way you might get like notified or something. I don't totally know how it works. But yeah. And that's a great price if that's how you want to price them. Okay, thank you. I used to do commissions like years ago, but I stopped doing them because I had a couple of not so great experiences. And one time it was like a full body, full color commission, but then the commissioner like forced a refund through PayPal. And like, even though I had evidence that I did all of this stuff and like I provided what I said I would, PayPal still like sided with the person that commissioned me. And so they took all of that money back. And I was pretty young. I was in like my early 20s and I wasn't totally sure how to make it so that doesn't happen again. So I kind of stopped accepting commissions because of that experience. But with Ko-fi and everything, it seems like a more okay way to accept commissions, I suppose. I feel like there's a bit less risk to it. I might have to end up moving the character down if I want to include all this fluffy hair. But we will see. I kind of want to give him like a lot of little hairs up here. His hair's so fluffy. Also, this is gonna be kind of like my rough sketch, and I plan to go in and kind of clean things up a little bit more. Also, I'm gonna make his hair like super voluminous. I want to go all out with the hair. Is that a common scam when they'll commission you then force a refund? I don't know if it's a common thing. It only happened to me once. And it kind of seemed like, yeah, so I don't know if it's a common thing. I think there are ways now to maybe like avoid that kind of thing. I think it's like maybe like an invoice and like documentation kind of thing, but I'm not totally sure because I didn't look into it too much. It's just like PayPal was like, no, the commissioner gets their money back. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So it might be a common thing, but I don't really know if it is since I don't have like enough experience to like truly know. But yeah, so that kind of what stopped me from taking commissions for a really long time. But I felt comfortable doing them again through Ko-fi because, like I said, it seemed like maybe a better way of accepting commissions since they kind of have like a whole tool for accepting commissions on there. So yeah, but I didn't look at like too many options. This one just kind of seemed like the most accessible option. Let's see, Michaela says, I decorate cakes for a living and sadly sometimes they'll walk out of stores without paying for the cake. Or if it's ordered online, they'll cancel it after the pickup and so they don't pay. Oh my word, that's horrible. That's so sad. Oh, like why would people do that? Especially if you put so much work into the cake. I used to take cake decorating classes and for a little while when I was young, I really wanted to be a cake decorator. So I know so much work goes into those cakes and like making them and decorating them. So that's really sad. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. That's no fun. Okay, so I'm kind of liking the hair. It's not too bad at the moment. I'm not a huge fan of these 2 strands right here. I might only do 1 strand. Let's see. Yeah, I'm liking that a little bit more. Do you have any tips for world building / story building? That is a good question. It's kind of something I feel like I'm still learning myself in ways, especially the world building part as I'm working on my fairy story, because it is like a fantasy world with its own lore and stuff. So there's a lot going on to it. Ooh, I just flipped my canvas. Ooh. Sometimes I'll be like, ooh, yeah, I like how this is looking. And then I flip my canvas and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't like how it's looking. But yeah, I guess for world building, don't be afraid to like build the details even if like you don't totally plan to go into them in the story. Sometimes I'm like, do I really need to bother with all of this? Like, I don't even know if I'm going to include this kind of stuff in the story itself. But even if just you as the author know some details, it can help the world feel more alive and more real. So that's kind of one tip. How do I want to do this area? Yeah, I guess that's okay. So yeah, when it comes to plot building, I really recommend looking into different plot structures. And because that can be really helpful. So if you're watching a movie, kind of look at like the structure of the plot, or look at different TV shows and look at their plot structure. And there's a lot of different books on plot structure. One that I have was like one for manga specifically. I think it was for shoujo manga. And it's like a manga book on how to write manga. And it is on the older side, but I still reference that book from time to time because I did find it super helpful. And it's laid out in a super simple way that I think is good for beginners. So I wish I remembered the name of it. I could go over to it. Wait, sorry if the audio sounds a little funny. I'm gonna look at my bookshelf to see if I can find it. Oh, it's called Shoujo Manga Techniques. Yeah, and it has like a flowery cover and there's a girl on the cover. I think it's called Shoujo Manga Writing Techniques. So yeah, I think it's still on Amazon. It's not like the most amazing book ever, But as a young writer and more beginner kind of writer, I found it super duper helpful for structuring stories and plots and stuff. And it definitely helped me a lot. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good with this rough sketch here. Might slightly adjust his shoulders a little bit. And he's feeling really like static right now, so I'm going to change up the pose a little bit, like maybe add a little bit of a tilt, because that just kind of makes things feel a little bit more lively. And I'm gonna move him down so we can have more of the hair. Okie dokie. I think I'm liking that. Also, this box is the size of the commission itself. I keep them as a square commission. So yeah, so we have that. I'm gonna change the color. And I can start working on the more cleanup sketch to make it more of like a pretty sketch instead of a rough sketch. I see. Any more questions? Tilt head one way and shoulders the other way. Oh, you know, I could do that. I do like doing that from time to time. And I could do that. That might make it a little bit cuter. I might actually just take the liquify tool and maybe bring that shoulder up and the shoulder down a little bit. And then if I want to tilt the head, I will select the head, go like that, and make it on its own layer. Oh, I got to be on the right layer. I'll make it on its own layer. And then I will transform it. Also, I've noticed recently for transforming, I really like to move the center point to like where the thing is rotating from. It makes it a lot easier to like adjust things. So I kind of made his right shoulder go up. So I guess I'll make it tilt a little bit to the left. We'll kind of go like that. Yeah, that would be cute. That looks a little less static. Thank you for the suggestion. Okie dokie. I kind of want to adjust his shoulders a little bit more now to make the tilt a little bit more prominent. And I kind of want to adjust the collar to make it kind of do the same thing, kind of up and down. Okay, now we can do the cleanup. Let's see, is your tablet hooked up to a laptop or a desktop? So my tablet is hooked up to my computer. I actually use, because I have a really large tablet, it's like a 24-inch one. I use the tablet itself as a screen, and I have it on a, I think it's an Ergotron arm. And so I'm able to move the tablet forward when I want to draw, but then I'm also able to move it back if I want to draw. Sorry, I was losing my train of thought. So yeah, it is hooked up to my desktop. I'm actually thinking I might have to get a new computer soon because my current computer keeps having issues, but I really don't want to replace my computer because I'm kind of thinking about maybe getting a new iPad. I actually mentioned this over on my Ko-fi that anything I make from commissions will go towards getting a new iPad, because I'm thinking once the baby is born, it would be nice to have a more portable way to get work done. And I thought about getting a laptop, but the things with laptops is that like I can't really draw on the laptop all that much. Like there's some laptops you can draw on with like touchscreens, but it's like not the greatest. So I'm thinking maybe if I got a new iPad, and I do currently have an iPad, it's just it's getting really old at this point and it's not super compatible with all of the most recent apps and stuff. And if I was using it for work, I'd want it to be on the faster side. So yeah, any money on Ko-fi that I make will go towards getting a new iPad. Sorry, the dono isn't a lot. I love your art. Aw, thank you. You don't have to apologize at all. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I'm happy you really like my art. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chiro. Let's see. Got any tips for smaller art channels? Kind of hard to find the right algorithm for the right audience. Oh, I know what you mean. Especially nowadays, I feel like there are so many artists on YouTube. Like when I started my channel, there was a good amount of like artists and stuff, but it was still like more niche and wasn't super common. Aw, thank you, Emmy. I love you, Rebecca. I've been watching your videos since I was a kid. Aw, thank you for staying with me for so long. That's so sweet. There are so many of you that tell me like you watched me when you were kids and now you're in college or high school. Oh my word, another one. Hi. The Jester, your art has been huge inspiration for me for ages. I hope everything is going well. Aw, thank you. I'm happy my art has inspired you. And things are going very well, thankfully. Life has been good and not too hectic, thankfully. Baby is doing good and I'm doing good. Oh, but thank you so much. Oh, hi, Linz. So Linz is one of the commissioners that I'll be working a commission on today. I haven't started working on your commission yet, Linz. But I'll be working on your commission next after this one. So you haven't missed me working on your commission yet. But yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about. So yeah, I don't want to get a new computer. Maybe I will. I mean, I might have to get a new computer if my computer just like dies. I'm trying to back up all of my files in case it does. It's really weird because it'll have some days where it's really okay, and then some days it'll blue screen like 6 different times. And also my screen recorder stopped working on it. It has a built-in screen recorder, but it stopped working. So I have to use one of my other screen recorders when I'm making videos. So yeah. But thank you all so much for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Would you plan on making colored commissions? I guess if people were interested in me doing some colored commissions, I could try opening some. Right now, these commissions were kind of more of a test run since it has been so long since I've done commissions. But maybe as I get more comfortable, I will open more complicated commission slots. And one of the reasons I did do sketch commissions is because I feel like they're easier to work on during stream, because I do kind of want to work on the commissions during streams because it gives me a dedicated time to work on them and get them done, so I don't feel like overwhelmed or like I'm taking on too much work, since I know I'll get them done during the stream. But yeah, I could maybe consider opening up colored commissions. Maybe in the near future. Maybe I could try to like get the sketch in place before stream, and then maybe on stream I could work on the line art and the coloring. Plus it might be kind of fun for all of you because then you get to see my coloring process more in real time. Because so far in these live streams, a lot of you have been seeing me do my sketching process, but not so much for my like rendering and coloring process. So yeah, I will definitely consider doing colored commissions in the future if that's something you are all interested in. They will be a little bit more on the pricey side since coloring does take a little bit longer. But I'll try to come up with a price that feels reasonable. Okay, so we are making progress. I was hoping to maybe be done with the first commission at the 30-minute mark. But I don't feel like that's going to be the case today. I always have to remind myself I do draw a bit slower on stream since I am like talking and chatting and stuff. My goal was to kind of be done around 7, but if we go past the time, it's okay. It's not like a huge deal. I don't really have much else I'm doing today. I'm just kind of going to be working on other work, and yeah, that's about it. It's a pretty chill day today. I do really like having these weeks where I do the live streams. It definitely helps a lot with work and keeping balance. What will you name the baby? So we have picked a name for the baby, but we are keeping it a secret, and I don't know if I'm gonna say the baby's name on the channel. But I do want to come up with a nickname for the baby to so that I can call him something when I talk about him in like videos and stuff, and something that you can all refer to him as. So if you have any nickname suggestions, I would love to hear them. When is the next My Next Door Neighbors chapter coming out? I do apologize that the chapter is taking so long to come out. Because I am getting close to like the end of the process, I'm being more like nitpicky and like, I don't know, I keep dragging things out. But I have been really good about working on it recently. I had to kind of take a break from working on it just because I was really busy with other stuff. But for a little while now, I've been pretty consistent with working on it. That being said, it will still be probably a few weeks until I post a new chapter. I do apologize for the long wait. I am trying my best to get it done. Baby potato. I love all of the baby potatoes in chat. I was wondering about Baby Bee. Oh, Baby Bee is cute. Baby potato. Tater Tot. Oh, Tater Tot is really cute. I do love all the potato themed nicknames. Although I keep wondering if it'll be like confusing if I'm talking and I just randomly say Tater Tot like it's a name. How do I become a member? There should be like a button like next to the subscribe button that says like become a member, and you can kind of go through all of that. Little Bean. Little Bean is also really cute, but we call one of my other family members, their nickname is Little Bean. So I feel like I couldn't take that nickname. But that one's really cute too. Call him Child. Just Child. Yes, my son Child. Those are all good suggestions. A lot of you like Tater Tot. Tater Tot's really cute. I could call him Tater. Little Tater Tot. Tater Tot is a good option. Sorry, I'm doing the eyes now, so I'm really like focusing. I really like the eyes, so apologies if I go kind of quiet for a little bit. The eyes are like the main part of the picture to me, so I like want to make them look extra nice. Let's see. I'll sketch the highlight. We call our son Jelly Bean while I was pregnant. Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. Little Jelly Bean. I am happy to finally have a name picked out because I have something that I can call him now. So we haven't told my family or Josh's family like the name yet. Well, they know like of the name because we were asking for their opinions, but like we haven't told them which name we've picked yet. So yeah. Name him Chili's. Baby back ribs. Oh my word. That is a name. Chili's baby back ribs. Oh, that's a funny one. That'd be a mouthful to say in videos. Also, when working on the eyes, I do tend to kind of turn off the symmetrical ruler, just so I can make both the eyes a little bit different. I don't like when they're like exactly the same. It kind of looks a little weird. So I tend to kind of turn off the symmetrical ruler as I add more detail to the eyes. That way they don't look exactly the same. And plus the details in them aren't mirrored, like where the highlights are placed. So, yeah. I do find these sketch commissions and like sketching characters pretty fun. I don't do like just sketches very often, especially like digitally. I sketch traditionally more often, like in my sketchbook, since it's kind of just more personal, chill kind of art. I mean, when I do draw in my sketchbook, I don't draw in my sketchbook that often. I want to draw in it more, but I just don't like have the time to. I did draw in it the other day, but it was like the first time I had drawn in it in like months. So my poor sketchbook is always being abandoned. So we are almost done with the eyes here. Mini manga. Mini manga is cute. I do sometimes consider mini manga, cause like it kind of sounds name-ish. And like, I guess it doesn't have to sound too namey, because I know like Mariah Elizabeth, like she'll refer to her kids as like mini me and minier me. So mini manga could work. Right now I'm leaning towards mini manga or like tater tot. Since I do often, it's kind of a known joke that like I'm a potato. And so mini manga could be, or tater tot could be cute. But mini manga is also like kind of easy to say, and like I guess fits on with the channel's like branding, I suppose. Okie dokie. We are making good progress. I might add a shadow under the neck here. Let's see. If we do baby potato, what will happen after he isn't a baby anymore? You see, that's the thing. Like, he won't be a baby forever. So, like, I do like baby potato, but he won't always be a baby potato. Therefore, like, tater tot is a good option. Because, like, he will be, like, a tater tot for a good amount of time. Or, like, he'll be tiny. So I feel like tater tot could work. That or mini manga, because like he could be that for a long time too. Okay, so I'm kind of procrastinating doing the hair, but I think it's time to work on the hair. What about Beep? Beep sheep? I'm switching sides. Tater tot is too cute. As he grows, call him Small Fry from Big Fry when he's older. Oh my word, he just keeps moving up in potato levels. So like he's like tater tot, and then maybe he's like a French fry, and then a large fry. Tater tot is best. He looks great so far. Oh, thank you, Chewy. I'm glad he's looking good. It's kind of hard for me to tell at the moment. A lot of times I don't actually know if I like my drawings until I like go away for a little while and then come back to it. But I'm glad you think he's looking good so far. I'm glad. I'm gonna try to like not overthink the hair too much. I feel like I'm getting stuck and I want to overthink it, but I just need to like let myself go and just draw and just let my instincts take over. I just need to not overthink it because I like to do that. Partially the reason why a lot of my stories aren't super planned out. For a lot of my stories, I for My Next Door Neighbors, I hardly planned it out. I kind of just started going, which I don't really recommend, but like I would always get stuck in the planning phase because I overthink things. And I just wanted to make a story without overthinking it too much. So that's how you got My Next Door Neighbors. But like I also didn't think I'd be working on My Next Door Neighbors for as long as I have been. I might turn down my sketches so I can see the hair a little bit more. Maybe write multiple names on paper, link to his personality, and see which one he grabs or reaches to. Oh, that could be cute. But I feel like I want to start calling him a name like when he's born. And so he'll be like really, really tiny. I guess maybe we could decide on a nickname once he is born and I kind of look at him and be like, yeah, he looks like he could be a tater tot. But I feel like almost any baby you could call Tater Tot and it's like cute because it does sound like a baby nickname. So yeah. So this isn't like a sponsorship or anything, but like I really love my tour box. Ever since I've started using it, I like almost can't not use it, which is a little frustrating because sometimes it will like stop working randomly and I have to like restart my computer or restart the driver. But like it has made some things so much faster and it has actually helped a lot with my shoulder pain. I used to get like a lot of shoulder pain, but like ever since I switched to my tour box, I don't get nearly as much shoulder pain as I used to because I don't have to keep moving like my arm over to the left over and over again to switch my tools and like to press all the buttons. I can just keep my pen and canvas in like the center area. So yeah, not sponsored, but like if you're considering getting a tour box, I do recommend them because I really like mine. It's been really good. It's kind of like a remote controller for your computer and it's just like really nice. Has it kicked in that you're going to have a child? I feel like it has. If anything, I feel like I over worry or overthink about it. But there are like random moments where I'm like, whoa, I'm gonna be a mom. Like, he's gonna call me mom. I'm gonna be a mom. Like, that's just kind of like so weird that like I'm gonna be a parent to a child. But like, yeah, I feel like I have like a good grasp on it. But there's definitely moments where it still like just randomly hits me like, whoa, I'm gonna have a child. My husband is super excited for the baby. He's super excited to be a dad, which I love. He always talks about how he's so excited to play with the baby and do things and like take him to school when he's older. So yeah, he's very, very excited. I feel like I am excited, but I am leaning more towards on the nervous side. And I think it's because like I did help a lot with all of my siblings. So like I do know all of the work that kind of goes into like babies and younger kids. But they also bring so much joy and like happiness. Like I loved all my like about makes it sound like was about to say I loved all my siblings. That makes it sound like I don't currently love them. I love all my siblings, and I loved them as babies, and they are all so cute. So yeah. If you don't know, I'm the oldest of a large family. So I was used to helping out with all of my younger siblings. So I do have like some experience, which like then people say like, oh, well, you shouldn't be that nervous. You kind of know what to do, but like I'm still nervous. But that's just me. I'm nervous for everything. Becca, how long have you been drawing? If you mean like how long I've been drawing for like all the years I've been drawing, I started drawing when I was about 14. And so like I did draw before that, but like I started to get more into it around that age. And so yeah, I was 14 and I'm currently 29. I had to think about it. I'm currently 29. So I've been drawing for like 15 years. Wow, that's a long time. Whoa, I've now been drawing for longer than like the age I was when I started drawing. Oh, that's so weird. I'm gonna make myself feel old. Sometimes my husband and I will be talking about random things and I'll just be like, oh no, I feel old. Especially as we are both getting kind of closer to that 30 mark. So, yeah. Okie dokie. We are making good progress on this so far. Making good progress on the hair. I feel like because this is a commission, I'm like making it more neat, but this is supposed to be a sketch. I mean, like it's definitely still sketchy, but I feel like I'm not like sketching how I usually sketch. This is definitely more of like a neat sketch, which is totally fine. I don't have an issue with that. But like I'm also trying to keep the time in mind because it's already 6:47 and I haven't even started the second commission yet. So hopefully I am able to make it to the second one. Like I said, if we go long, it's okay because I don't have much else I'm doing, so. Let's see. Looking at the comments here. Are you gonna homeschool Tater Tot when he's older? So if you don't know, I was homeschooled for most of my life. I did go to college and I did go to like a private school when I was really young. When it comes to Tater Tot, we haven't fully decided which way we're going. I think it'll just kind of depend on what works for our family at the time. My husband and I are both open to homeschooling. We are also open to other schooling options. And so I think it'll just depend on what we decide when the time comes, kind of thing. Because we're not like set in stone, like, yes, we must homeschool or we must do this. It's kind of just more of a, we'll wait and see what works best. But that is a good question and definitely something we have considered. I've already kind of browsed out like different schools in the area, even though it's gonna be years until he's going to school. Like I say, I like to plan and think ahead, and which is a good thing, but it's kind of a detriment at times because I start thinking about things that aren't gonna matter for a really long time. Homeschool is so much better than today's schooling system. Homeschool. There are also homeschool groups where you can meet up with fellow homeschoolers and hang out. So you could go to social groups. I'm thinking of homeschooling when I have kiddos too. Yeah, I personally really loved being homeschooled because it did give us a lot of time for other activities or things that interested us. Like I would learn how to crochet and play the piano and draw. And I was always worried that like, what if for some reason I did like horrible in college? Because I'm like, what, am I actually learning this stuff? Am I smart? And I did just fine in college. So uh, there's no worries there. So yeah, I really enjoyed being homeschooled. But I know it can not be for everyone. And some people do thrive more in public educational settings. So it'll definitely depend on what we think is best for Teeter Tot. Homeschooling is so much better than public school. No offense to anyone who's public schooled. It's just my opinion. Well, I am happy to see that there are people that I know homeschooling can be very like a divisive, or like it can be a very dividing topic. So yeah, I know some people are either very for it or very against it. But I am glad there are people that are for it. Okie dokie, so our sketch is looking pretty good. I think I can start adding the color elements now. So I'm thinking I might change my canvas to white now since we are going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? We're adding colors, so I want to be able to actually see the colors without the pink. So I want to add color to his eyes. So I'm going to add the orangey color. And I'm going to fill in his eyes with this color. I might also add, I'm kind of debating on how I want to go about adding the color. I might kind of sketch it in like that. But I'm going to turn my canvas so it's a little easier to do. I wanted to keep that kind of sketchy look instead of just filling it in with like a flat color. So we'll do it like this. I'll go a little darker for his pupils. Then we'll go to the other eye. So yeah, one thing that is nice about homeschooling is that like my husband and I are night owls. And my husband works kind of late into the night. So it can be a little bit more flexible, but we do talk about like if we did start sending our son to school, that like my husband could switch to like a morning position. But yeah, it'll definitely just be what works at the time or what we feel is best. I'm getting all the opinions. I went to public school, but my cousin was homeschooled, and we'll talk about the differences now and then. Yeah, there can be a lot of differences. I had a lot of friends that went to public school, so I kind of like knew how their schooling lives were. I mean, like we were like, it's more like we were a part of the same group. I was kind of friends with them, but like not super close. But I always had a hard time making friends because I'm just awkward and shy. And some people want to blame like not being able to socialize on like homeschooling and stuff. But I have like my other siblings are homeschooled and they socialize just fine. Like it really depends on the child. Like you can't just blame homeschooling for someone being like shy or socially awkward, because yeah, like I said, a lot of my siblings socialize just fine and talk to people and are really outgoing. I've always been super shy, even as like a little toddler baby. My mom says as like a really, really little baby, if other babies like came up to me or like little toddlers came up to me, I would just start screaming. Like, get away from me, you're so scary. But like they were just trying to play with me. So I've always been more timid and reserved, even as a very wee little one. So right now I'm filling in the mouth with a darker color because it felt like it needed a little bit more of a value shift because the hatching I had added just didn't feel like quite enough. That's feeling a little bit better. I also kind of want to add like some skin tone for shading just to kind of give the effect like he has a skin tone, but like I'm not filling in all of the skin tone area. It's kind of just using it as a shadow, so something a little bit like this. That way he looks a little bit more lively maybe. I do feel like he's really cute. I really like this character. I also love the name Ari. Ari is such a cute name. It's honestly like a name I was considering as one of the baby names. Because I always think it's really cute. But I also always think of Jaden Animation's bird Ari. So I really associate the name Ari with her bird. Let's see. I feel like I don't know how I want to do the mouth. If I want to go with a gray or like a more pinky color. I guess let's maybe try a more pinky color first. And then if I don't like it, I'll switch to like a gray color. But I'm thinking I might like this, but we'll see. Also, apologies if I'm not looking at chat for a little bit. I want to try to get this done. So I may not look at chat for a little bit and kind of just ramble on as I try to finish this up. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Maybe if the texture was like a little bit more smooth. It's like feeling really rough at the moment, which I know I'm going for like a sketchy thing. But like, I don't know, that just feels off. I'm using the blending tool to smooth it out. Let's try duplicating it to darken it a bit. Okay, I think I like that. I think I need to darken the outline on his mouth because something about the mouth just is looking off to me. So I'm gonna try darkening it. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. Oh, hi, Rin. I just looked over, I saw Rin's comment. Hydration reminder, also super cute sketch so far. Aw, thank you, Rin. I appreciate it. Yes, I do need to hydrate. I should do that. I always have a water bottle sitting next to me. But like, I always forget about it. So lastly, I feel like I want to add a little bit of shading to his hair. And I'm debating if I like using all of these colors. I feel like I might need to turn some of them to grayscale because I'm not totally sure if I'm liking how many colors I'm introducing. When I add the colored accents, like I want it to be like just a couple parts are colored, but I'm starting to feel like we're getting too many colors where it's gonna like look odd. So I might change some of these to grayscale. I don't know, but you can all let me know what you think. I feel like I need to tone down the colors. So I'm kind of just adding some coloring to the back part of the hair to add some depth. Yeah, I feel like I want this one to be grayscale. I'm not quite liking that color. And I might need to make the skin tone be grayscale too. Where's my skin at? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I might make this one be grayscale. Yeah, see, that's looking more sketchy and not as weird to me. I think I need to keep the colored accents mostly to the eyes and then make the rest be grayscale because I'm liking this more. I mean, I might, some of you might like the colored one more, but right now I feel like I'm liking this a little bit more, so I'm gonna go with this. It just feels more sketchy and less like a half-colored picture because I don't know, I was starting to introduce too many colors and it just started to feel like a really lazy coloring job instead of colored accents. Or like just like some extra colored details. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this. I feel like I like how this is looking. And then we will add some more up here, just to give a bit more detail to the hair. Let's see, are there any more questions? I'm not seeing too much for questions at the moment. The darker pupil is triggering me. Oh yeah, the one does look a little darker. Oh, okay, I'll fix that in a moment. Like I said, sometimes I don't notice things until I come back later. So that probably would have been something I noticed later, like after taking a break. But I start to go blind to the picture after a little bit, and it's like hard for me to see things, even if I do flip the canvas. So I will fix that. Yeah, the one pupil is really different than the other one. Thank you for pointing that out. Also, it's 7:02 and I haven't even finished this first one yet. I was hoping I'd be able to finish both of them. But I do want to like work on the other one, especially since Lens was here. So we might be going a little bit late today, guys. I hope that's okay. Obviously, if you need to go to bed or do something else, please feel free to do so. And don't stay up late on my account. So let's fix this eye right here. Because, yeah, the one is darker. So we'll make this one darker too. There we go. I hope it's no longer triggering you. You should color in the hair so it doesn't look so blended. Yeah, I was kind of trying to like use some color, but I don't know, I just wasn't quite liking it. Also, I lost my color that I was using. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get it back now. So yeah, I might play around with some things like off stream, just to help me finish things up, and things do feel a little bit more pressured on stream. I don't feel like I have time to just like really sit and contemplate and like look at the picture. I feel like I have to keep moving. So I probably will adjust some things off screen and change some things. And I could add like a tone to his hair, but I feel like I don't quite want to do that because his hair is a pretty light color. So yeah, we might just go with something like this for now. Maybe the tongue color is a little lighter. I think the hair is fine. What if you wash the color over the whole thing? Ooh. Oh, you know, putting a wash of color over all of it is a good idea. Should we try that? Okay, I'm gonna get my different shading things and we'll put them all in a folder, and then I'll try just like washing color over it. So let's maybe try the yellow because there is a lot of yellow. So we'll go kind of like a marigold. Oh, this might not be good. Something kind of like that, but then we'll lower the opacity maybe. I do need to darken the tongue for sure. It is way too light. So let's darken the tongue. I'm just duplicating my layers to make it darker. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments here for a moment. You know what could be an interesting video is creating some kind of short manga page thing with like random characters of yours or viewers or both. I don't know, just a random, that randomly popped in my head. Oh, that could be fun. I do sometimes want to make just like short comic strips kind of things. And I do always think that'd be a fun idea. Huh, should we try the blue? Let's try blue. I feel like I like the yellow more. Or do we want to just go with gray? Gray, yellow. I don't know. I might need to play around with this off stream. And so yeah, I might call this one done for now. But I will finish it off stream so that I have time to like fiddle around. Finishing touches always take me a really long time. So I think I'm gonna finish this one off stream and call it finished for now. Because the rest of the things I'm gonna be doing is just gonna be like tweaking and playing around with things. So this is Ari. I hope the commissioner will like it. And maybe if they allow me to, I'll post the like fully finished version maybe on like Instagram or something. So yeah, try orange. Oh, okay, my sister says I should try orange. I was debating on trying orange because it matches the eyes. So let's use the same eye color and try orange. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I like the orange. Okay, good suggestion, Reagan. Okay, yeah, I like the orange. Okay. So let's maybe try upping that a little bit. And I'm going to lighten this one a little. Ooh, okay, yeah, I'm actually really liking that because it matches the eyes. So, like, it doesn't feel like too many colors, but, like, it still feels cohesive. Okay, I really like that. The orange is nice. Good call, Reagan. See, this is why I need my sister for some things. We'll often call each other and be like, how about this one? Does this one look okay, or should I do this one? Also, I do want to add a bit of color to his headband. Because I feel like it could be, it would be nice if it was darker so it doesn't bleed in with the hair because it is a very different value. So we will add some of that real quick. I know I said I was gonna call this done, but like Reagan suggested the orange and now I feel like good. So I'm gonna add in some of the finishing things here. But yeah, thank you for the suggestion of orange, Reagan. Also, Reagan is my sister and she posts content here on YouTube. She also kind of is one of the moderators in chat. So yeah, if you want to see her stuff, I highly recommend checking out her channel. She makes videos on her art and they're really fun. So I definitely recommend checking them out. And she has really good ideas, like making the color orange. Okie dokie. Yeah, I feel like I'm liking this. I feel like we are good. I may tweak some things a little bit off stream, but we're gonna call this one done for now. Because it has been an hour and 10 minutes and I still haven't started the second commission. So let's take a look here. This is the second commission. This character is Linz. I'm not sure how much info I can share about Linz, but I know her commissioner is here in the comments, so if she would like to share some things, or she might still be here. I don't know if she's still here or not. Or, so yeah. But this is their character. I actually need to find my square again. Here we go. And we will reset up my canvas for sketching. And so I'm going to be drawing Linz. And I feel like I still don't totally know what facial expression I want to draw her with. I don't mind if you share. Okay, thank you. So from what I remember reading, Linz is a scientist that would like work on aliens or study aliens. And now she turns into an alien, or like can transform into an alien. And that's kind of what some of these like crazier expressions are, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Linz. So yeah, but this is Linz. I really like her hair. It's super cute. So I really want to capture the really thick, fluffy bob. So I'm gonna try to move a little quicker, and I am feeling a bit more warmed up at this point. So maybe I'll be able to go a little bit faster. But obviously I don't want to like rush and make a bad drawing. So if I need to, if I feel like it's getting too late, I may like finish the full commission off stream. But I'll try to get as much done as I think I can. So yeah. But like I said, if I go late, it's not like a super big deal. I just feel bad for like some of the moderators or things if like they're busy or need to go. So yeah, if you're a moderator and you're busy and need to do something else, don't feel like you have to stay because I'm going long. But I do really appreciate having you here. Becca, why did you stop uploading your webcomic on Webtoon? Mostly because of a lack of time, but also I don't want to make it sound like it's all just a money thing, but Webtoon kind of changed how they were, I guess, paying smaller creators on Canvas, which is like the portion where like non-Webtoon people are uploading, or like non-official Webtoons are. And they were paying like decently well for like uploading your comics. If you, like your webcomic like performed a certain amount, you could like earn some money. And so they kind of stopped doing that, which made it feel like it wasn't as worth it to keep uploading it on Webtoon. But I also just got really busy with other things, and it just like totally slipped from my memory that I even uploaded it on there. So yeah, I do apologize. I kind of just abruptly stopped posting it on there. Sometimes I do consider going back to it, but I think if I do go back to posting my next door neighbors on there, it's gonna be once it's finished. So then it'll be easier to just work on and get uploaded onto Webtoon, since all of the chapters will be done. And I am also kind of looking into doing a printed version of My Next Door Neighbors, but we will see. Also, I don't know what expression I'm gonna draw. I kind of just started drawing. I don't know. What do you all think? Should I go with a more like the pleasant like expression, or should I go with like the more crazy expressions? Linz did say I could pick because I did ask her. She said that I could pick, but I still don't totally know which one I want to do. Yes, please, a printed version. I am happy there are people that are interested in a printed version. It's definitely something I want to look into more once I finish my next door neighbors. I feel like I want to put things off like printing and webtoon until it's like more officially done, because I really, if I have extra time, I want to work on my next door neighbors and making it finished, compared to making like extra work for myself by trying to take on more projects. Oh, a lot of you are saying crazy. Okay, so we want to go crazy. Yeah, we can go with the crazy expression. I do kind of want to add like these blue things. I feel like they'd be really fun to add. So we will go with the crazy expression. So we're gonna make her eyes a little bit more pointy. And I'm just using the liquify tool for this for now. And we'll make her pupils a little sharper. Kind of like that. So yeah, we'll go crazy. Once again, this is kind of just like my more rough sketch, and then we'll do my more like pretty sketch afterwards. Or more clean sketch. But right now we're just kind of getting the details in place. I do feel like her head is looking maybe a little wide right now. Oh, also, this is random, and it's been a while since we've had a super chat, but earlier when the super chats went off, could all of you hear the notification noise? I fixed it from last stream where no one could hear it, because not even I could hear the notification noise for super chats. But I fixed it so now that I'm able to hear it, but I need to know if all of you are able to hear it. So yeah, let me know if you did hear it when the notification went off. I can send you a detailed reference for the eyes on Discord. Oh, okay. I'm not signed into my Discord at the moment. So I don't really have a way to access it. Do her eyes really change when she's in alien form? Because I can kind of see them. I have these ones. If you want to message it to me on Ko-fi, you could do that. There wasn't a notification noise. Aw, bummer. I thought I finally fixed it. Well, at least I'm able to hear it now. But I'm sorry you all can't hear the notification noise. But yeah, Linz, if you do want to send me a detailed eye shot for her eyes, you can send it to me on Ko-fi. Testing, testing. Can y'all hear this? Thank you so much, the Jester. I appreciate that. So yeah, it should sound like a little like kind of light noise. It's like a bling, 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 bling. So yeah. Aw, I can't hear it. Aw. Yep, no notification. Okay, I'll keep playing around with it. And I'll see if I can get it to work. Thank you for testing, the Jester. I really appreciate it. Oh, but okay, you said you heard it? Oh, a little? No, I heard it, I think. It's super quiet. Okay. I do have the sound set pretty low because I thought some people might not be able to hear it. So maybe it's just, okay, Reagan says she could. So I might just have the notification noise set to be a little too quiet. So I'll try to make it louder next time. Thank you so much again for the test. I really appreciate it. Okay, so now I know it is working. I just need to make it louder. So yay, finally. I've been doing multiple streams and it never works. Also, I hope it's okay, Linz. If you do want me to make the eyes more detailed, I might make them more detailed off stream. Because I'm like scared to open other windows and stuff when I have stream going. Because I don't want to like show stuff that I don't want stream to see. So I try to just only have my drawing software open. and I don't have Ko-fi signed in on my phone. But if you do want me to draw more details in the eyes, I could totally add that in after stream if you send me an eye reference. So yeah. But for now, I'll kind of just draw the eyes sort of generic, and then I can change them later. So let's play around with her facial proportions a little bit. They're looking a little funky, and I want to fix them. Also, apologies if I go into like random accents. I have a tendency to do that, especially when talking to my husband. And we've been streaming for a while now, so I'm gonna start like maybe making less sense or being a little bit more goofy, because yeah. You need to turn it up, and I feel the most of the audio needs to be louder. Okay, yeah, I do know overall my streams are kind of quiet. I don't know why, they always sound pretty okay on my end, but I know some devices like don't get as loud, and so it can be kind of quiet. So for next stream, I'll try to make everything a little bit louder, and also make sure that the notification noise is louder. It's odd because the notification noise sounds super loud on my end, but for some reason it's really quiet on your end, but I will try to fix that. What's with all the emojis? Hi. Let's see. So far I think I like how Lynn's is looking. I feel like I want to adjust her mouth a little bit. Because I know my music in the background is also pretty quiet, and sometimes people can't even hear the music. But like I said, I can hear the music, but yeah, I know like some people say they can hear it and some people say they can't hear it. And some of the songs are louder than others, so. Let's see. So now, let's try to draw some of her like body in here. Oh, hi. I'm getting a notification from my computer. Go away, please. Hopefully you couldn't all see that. I think it is just capturing Clip Studio Paint, so it shouldn't see other things that pop up on my screen, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, okay, anyways, let's draw the rest of her clothes. Oh, I am getting really warm. I'm kind of wearing a sweater because I was like, I was cold earlier, but now I'm really warm. Let's see, I'm not sure how much of her shoulders I will be including. I probably should have made her neckline like lower, because I'm noticing we can see a good amount of her collarbone, which would probably be around here. So we'll move all this down lower. Hi, Emily Dance. Yeah, you can change it after. I sent you more accurate references for the eyes, and if you want to add the glowing veins to go for it. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. Also, like I said earlier in the stream, but just in case you missed it, I do plan to open more sketch commissions at the start of the month over at Ko-fi. I put a link to it in the description of the stream, so you can follow me over on Ko-fi if you want to know when I'm accepting more sketch commissions. And like I said, maybe in the future, once I get more comfortable of taking commissions, maybe I'll start taking like colored commissions and things like that. Right now, I kind of want to start sort of slow with more simple commissions. So, since I'm still kind of trying to figure things out. And if I did do colored commissions, I'd probably only open one slot at a time since they are more time consuming. But maybe we could play around and see. Let's see. I feel like her hair part is kind of in the center. And like it all kind of comes from this area. I'm getting too caught up in the details. I need to try to be looser. Let's see. And then she has this one piece of hair that kind of comes in front. I might draw her hair kind of spiking forward a little bit to give it a bit more of a spiky kind of look. When she's in her more like alien crazy mode, her hair does seem to get like a little bit more spiky. So I'll try to keep that. I also need to try to not make her hair go too long. So I'm gonna sketch this in here to kind of make sure it's all a similar length. She is a really cute and like interesting character. I find her story very interesting of how she's like a scientist, but now she kind of turns into an alien. So your character is really cool, Linz. I feel like making the irises smaller would make her look a bit more unhinged. Yeah, this is true. This is kind of just my rough idea for now, and I'll go in with more details and trying to make her look more crazy as I do more of the cleanup and stuff. So right now things are going to be like a little bit more tame. Let's see, and we're not going to be able to see this ear, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And then we're going to get rid of all this stuff I don't need. Let's see. Okie dokie. I think I am liking how this is looking. It feels kind of rough at the moment, but that's the point. How was everyone's Valentine's Day? Did anyone do anything for Valentine's Day? For me and my husband, it was pretty chill. We kind of just spent the day in. We never really liked going out for Valentine's Day because like a lot of people go out for Valentine's Day, so places get really busy. And so we kind of just prefer staying in. And so we had a chill day at home and it was nice. We made spaghetti and had garlic bread. We also gave each other cards and little gifts. And we watched Aladdin 2, which I know is a really random movie, but we've been kind of going through the Aladdin movies. And so we had just watched the first one, so we watched the second one. And the second Aladdin is an experience for sure. It was very interesting. My boyfriend and I are long distance, so we ordered each other a dinner and hung out online playing games. Oh, that's so cute. Can totally relate since my husband and I were long distance. It can be hard making the distance work, but that sounds like a very lovely Valentine's Day. Okie dokie. Let's see. I think I will shrink down her irises a little bit more. And then see if there's anything else I want to adjust before we move on to the cleanup. It was my birthday the next day, so I just had a drink. My mom got me a pizza plush that's next to me right now, but otherwise alone. Ooh, that's so sweet. She got you a pizza plush. Aladdin 2, that's so funny. Have you seen The Lion King 2? Yes, I have seen The Lion King 2. I loved The Lion King 2 when I was a kid. I watched it too many times. It was one of my favorites though. That, and I loved Lion King 1.5. I also really liked that movie. But I did like all of the Aladdin movies. Aw, small donation for your first live stream. Aw, thank you, Unix Puff. This isn't my first live stream. I've done like a handful of streams, but I am very new to it, and I really appreciate the support. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I was just wrestling on Friday and watched part of WALL-E in science class. Otherwise, it was a normal day. Yeah, I feel like before I was married, Valentine's Day was often just like a really normal day. Like sometimes my family and I would do something like maybe a little special, like get each other cards or gifts or something. But for the most part, it was always like a pretty chill day. That, or sometimes I would feel like sad on Valentine's Day because I'm single. Aladdin 2 is a trip. Yeah, Aladdin 2 is a trip. It is a movie. I was like, I don't know, the animation quality and the songs, and I totally forgot how much Iago, it's like an Iago movie, really. WALL-E is my favorite. Yeah, I love WALL-E. WALL-E is such a cute movie. But like it always makes me kind of cry too, even though they are just robots, but like it's so sweet. I love WALL-E. He's such a cutie. I also really love Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 is one of my favorite movies. I got a Baymax hoodie from Box Lunch for Christmas, and I love it so much. My mom got it in a really large size since I am pregnant, so it needs to go around my belly. But like it's super big and comfy, and I really like it. And it's got Baymax on it, which I love because I love Baymax. I love Howl's Moving Castle. I've always kind of wanted to see Howl's Moving Castle. I always hear like good things about it, and I know a lot of people like it. But I've never gotten around to watching it. I think mostly because I think you kind of just need to get it on DVD or like actually buy it, because it's not really on any streaming sites that I've seen, like Netflix and stuff. So yeah, but I do always want to watch it, and it's on my watch list because it does seem like it's a good movie. Even just stylistically speaking, I think it looks really interesting. I have seen some Ghibli, or is it Ghibli or Ghibli? I know people are always having this debate, and I always forget which one it is. But yeah, some of the ones I've seen are Arrietty, or like Arrietty. I really love Arrietty. It's a really cute movie. I also saw Ponyo. That was one I watched like years ago. I don't remember much about it. Are there any other ones I've seen? Oh, and I've seen My Neighbor Totoro. My siblings and I watched that one like a year ago, or maybe it was 2 years ago. You know, it might have been 2 years ago. Wow. But yeah, so I've seen My Neighbor Totoro. That one was also pretty cute. And we enjoyed it. I've only ever watched one Ghibli movie, and that's Arrietty. Yeah, I really liked Arrietty. Howl's Moving Castle is based on a very good book, too. I definitely recommend both the movie and the book. Oh, I didn't know it was based off of a book. Huh. I haven't had too much time for reading, but a book I've been reading recently is Wings of Starlight. It's a book on the relationship of Queen Clarion and Lord Mallory from I think the 4th Tinkerbell movie. And I love the Tinkerbell movies, and so when I heard this book was coming out, I was super duper excited because I totally ship Queen Clarion and Lord Mallory. And so I was like, oh my word, it's a whole story about their relationship and stuff. And so I had to get it. I pre-ordered it right away. And so I've been reading that in my free time. Also, I'm checking to see if she has lower eyelashes. It doesn't really seem like she does, so I'm not gonna add the lower eyelashes. Oops, wrong brush. But yeah, so I've been reading that. Totally recommend it if you love Tinkerbell. To give her more of a crazy look, I think I'm gonna make these lower eyelashes kind of thick. But also kind of fan out my lines to kind of suggest the under eyelid a little bit. And I'm gonna try to make her eyes look a little bit more open than I did in my rough sketch. So we're gonna draw them very open looking. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the Tinkerbell book. I'm only a few chapters in, but I was obsessed with Queen Clarion and Lord Mallory when I was a kid. Or I think I was a teenager when those movies were coming out. But even as a teenager, I really loved those movies. So, yeah. Yeah, they also just make really good inspiration for My Fairy Universe. But I feel My Fairy Universe is very different from the Tinkerbell Fairy Universe. Because I don't know, My Fairy Universe, they are fairies, but they are kind of more just tiny people. With a lot of more I don't know, kind of human characteristics. With where they live and what they wear and stuff. So yeah, but it still makes really good inspiration for my own fairy world. And I do like how much the book goes into the lore of Queen Clarion and how Pixie Hollow gets new queens and stuff. So yeah. Oh, I can tell my voice is starting to go away. That's mostly a lot of times why I don't stream for very long. My voice only lasts a little bit, which it's doing pretty well today considering I've been going for an hour and a half so far. So we're not doing too bad, but I can definitely tell my voice is starting to go. But I hope you're all enjoying the stream so far. Tinkerbell was my entire childhood. Yeah, I loved Tinkerbell so much. Especially the Tinkerbell movies. I watched the first Tinkerbell movie way too many times. It was one of my favorite movies. And they would always rerun it on Disney Channel. And so whenever they would do that, I would just sit down and start watching it. Definitely love how it's looking so far. Yay, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm really glad you're liking it so far, Linz. I love the Tinkerbell one of the beast thing that she befriended. Oh yeah, I think that was like the last Tinkerbell movie they made. I remember I was so sad that that was like gonna be the last Tinkerbell movie. I did enjoy that one. I also really loved the Pirate Fairy one. That one was really good, and I liked how they included Captain Hook and stuff. But it was also just really, I really loved the Pirate Fairy and like how she used alchemy and stuff. She was just like really cool. So I really loved the Pirate Fairy one. I have to say, I feel like my least favorite one was the second Tinkerbell movie. It was okay, but I feel like it was kind of like the weakest of the movies. Because like, wait, what was the third Tinkerbell movie about? Is the third Tinkerbell movie the one with her sister? Or is that the fourth one? I forget. But yeah, I feel like the second one, it's like where she has to fix the like orb thing that broke, and she has to go find like a magical mirror, and she keeps fighting with Terrence and stuff. I feel like that was the second one. Like it was a good movie, but like I feel like overall it was like the weakest of the Tinkerbells. I always really loved Periwinkle. I always thought Periwinkle was really cute. Oh, the Great Fairy. Oh, I forgot about the Great Fairy Rescue. Yes, thank you. That was the third movie. Yeah, that one was also interesting since it did show like a lot of the human world and the fairies going into the human world. So overall, I enjoyed that one. And the little girl is really cute. And I like how she's like friends and trying to figure out the fairies and like stuff. So yeah, that one was really good. I did enjoy that one too. I totally forgot about that one though. I was like, what is the third Tinkerbell movie? I couldn't remember at all. Also, I do think it's fun that we are going with the crazy facial expression. I don't, like, I sometimes draw like more crazy facial expressions, but it's not as often as like happy expressions. So this is fun to work on. Also, I might call the stream at like 8 o'clock. We'll see if I have the sketch done by then. I might have the commission done by 8, but if I don't, I'm gonna finish the rest of it off stream, and we'll just call the stream around 8 o'clock. I don't want it to go for like too long or go too late, so yeah. So random question. What is everyone's like favorite snack right now? Or maybe treat or candy bar? Right now I'm like really obsessed with cashews. Like the nut. I really like cashews. It's almost 2 a.m. for you? Oh my word, you need to go to sleep. I mean, probably, I don't know. I say that, but I'm a night owl and I stay up till like 5 a.m., so don't listen to me. I'm not a good example because I stay up super late, but I also sleep pretty late into the day, so like I do get a good amount of sleep. It's just that like my sleeping schedule isn't like normal people's schedule. Ooh, brownies. Brownies are super good. Ooh, and Reese's. I'm gonna make myself hungry. I did eat before stream, so I'm doing pretty good. But I'm gonna make myself hungry talking about all these yummy treats. I really like Lay's Poppables. Oh, I forgot about those. I love Poppables. I haven't had those since I like moved out of my family's house. It is funny like living like not with your family because I feel like a lot of the foods I used to eat, I don't eat anymore because we don't buy them. But like I also just like don't think to buy them because it's not something like my husband and I usually buy. But then I'll go to my family's house and I'll be like, "Oh my word, you guys have like all my favorite foods." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, because I used to live here." And so they still get a lot of the foods that I liked, or like they'll just have like random snack foods, and I'll be like, "Oh my word, I totally forgot about that food." And then I'll like really, really want it when I get home. But yeah, I forgot about Lay's Poppables. Those are really good. Flavor Blasted Goldfish. Oh my word, I haven't had those since I was like a little kid, or like, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 11. Cookies. I keep wanting to make more. Yes, recently I made soft ginger cookies, and it was from a recipe that my husband's mom gave us, and they were so good. They were a bit tricky to make and a bit time consuming, but like they were totally worth it. They were so good. Like honestly, they felt like I bought the cookies from like a bakery or something. Like they were legit cookies. They're really, really good. LOL, I just made a batch. You just made a batch of cookies? Lucky. I feel like my husband and I should make cookies now. I'm gonna go downstairs. My husband is playing games downstairs. It's his day off today. But I'm gonna go downstairs and be like, we should make cookies or something. But I don't even know if we have any baked goods to like make. I could technically make like all brand muffins. Sometimes I make all brand muffins. Some people like them, some people don't. I feel like they're like a nice healthy muffin. And they're pretty good, and so maybe I can make like all brand muffins. I don't have any bananas, so I can't make banana bread. And I don't think we have, sometimes we get like the Pillsbury cookies that you just pop in the oven. You need to send me the recipe. Do you want the recipe for the soft ginger cookies, or are you talking about cookies someone else made? Reagan? I'm not keeping up with chat super well. But Reagan, if you want me to send you the ginger cookie recipe, I will totally send it to you. You do need a lot of ingredients, but they're totally worth it. Have you seen Epic the Musical? No, but I keep getting recommended like songs from it, as well as like people animating characters to like the music. And so I've thought about like checking it out, but I'm not totally sure. Okay, also I need to focus here for a moment. I need to draw the hair, but I don't totally know how I want to go about drawing it. So give me a moment here to focus. Oh, peanut butter cookies. Oh, I love peanut butter cookies. They're like one of the best in my opinion. They're so good. I also really like, I know a lot of people don't like oatmeal raisin, but I really like oatmeal raisin. It's one of my favorites. That's also why I really liked the soft ginger cookies. Oh no, Help Soda just got blasted in your face? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's never fun. I always hate when I open sodas and they like go all over the place. I'm so sorry. Let's see. I think the problem is that I almost have too many references to look at, and the hair is like a bit different in all of them. And so I'm kind of looking at all the references and trying to decide like how I want to stylize the hair and which hair strands I keep and which ones I like get rid of. So bear with me a little bit here. But so far, I think this is looking okay. Oatmeal raisin cookies are so good. Yes, thank you. A fellow oatmeal raisin cookie lover. I feel like a lot of people don't like them, but like I always really like them. So if there's like a social gathering and someone brings oatmeal raisin cookies, there's just like more oatmeal raisin cookies for me because I'm one of the few people that like them. My grandpa also likes oatmeal raisin, so like me and him will just be like, yeah, these are some good oatmeal raisin cookies. Or sometimes him and my grandma will bring oatmeal raisin cookies to like family things, and I'll be like, yay, oatmeal raisin. Ooh, crumbled raspberry pie. Oh, I've never tried very many flavors of pie. I pretty much only ever have had like apple pie or pumpkin pie. Also, I can't tell. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the hair again. Trying to decide how I want to go about drawing it. Because like I said, it's slightly different in all the references. So I'm not totally sure how I want to go about drawing it. But I will try my best here. I was debating if I wanted to have it be tucked on this side like this, because it's tucked on this side in some of the pictures, but not in others. Oh, let's see. Let's see. The most accurate reference for his hair is the second from the bottom where she's like leaning forward. Okay, thank you. That is good to know. I was kind of going off of that one a little bit more because it is a little bit easier to read. So I'll try to reference that one the most. That does help very much. Thank you. Okay, so we will keep going. Okie dokie. Hopefully this is looking good. I'm starting to second guess myself now. I think I'm gonna have this hair strand go like this instead of going the way I sketched it in my rough sketch. I feel like I'll like it more going like this, and I might add a smaller strand kind of going onto the face. Just add a little bit more detail, but also like make her hair look like, because she looks a little bit crazy, I feel like I need to make the hair look a little bit sharp and crazy, if that makes sense. Also, it is now 7:52 where I am. And like I said, I'm probably gonna call the stream at about 8, and I do apologize if I don't get all of the sketch done by then. But I might be able to. We will see. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to go too late. She looks awesome so far. You're doing great. Aw, thank you, Chewy. I appreciate it. I'm glad it is looking good so far. I am happy with how it's turning out, I feel like. She's a very fun character to draw. And like I said, I'm enjoying the different facial expression. Maybe something like this. No worries at all. Thank you. It's nearly 2 a.m. for you. Oh my word. Please go to bed, Ali Animates. Or Alex Animates. Please go to bed. Don't stay up too late. I found the older I grow, the less I like sweet stuff. Oh, I can relate. Like, I still do like sweet stuff to an extent. But if I do have sweet stuff, I can't handle like a lot of it. I can only do a little bit at a time. compared to like when you're a kid, you can just like eat straight sugar and not feel like any side effects. Which I cannot do anymore. My husband can. My husband can eat a lot of sugar. But like, if you ask him, he'll be like, nah, I don't really have a sweet tooth, which is true. I feel like I have more of a sweet tooth than he does. But at the same time, I feel like he can handle more sugar than I can. So yeah. But yeah, for sure, as I get older, I prefer other flavors a little bit. Or I can't do a lot for like sugars and stuff. So yeah, which is like okay. I feel like it's good that like I'm probably getting more of like a taste for like healthier foods, because eating healthy, especially as you're like getting older. I'm making myself sound like I'm super duper old. But like eating healthier as you get older is like important, and so it's probably good. I'm starting to like more healthy things. Like I've learned that I actually really like some salads, which is odd because I've never been a salad person. Like I've always wanted to be a salad person, but like I can just never find salad that I like. But I have found that I like darker salads. I don't really like iceberg lettuce or like the lighter salads. Um, but I really like the darker salads, or like they're at least tolerable. So that's something I learned kind of recently. So if I can, I've been trying to like kind of introduce like the darker leafy greens into my diet. But like it's not like a ton, just sometimes. Like the other day, my husband and I went to this pizza place, and I ordered just a cheese pizza, but my husband ordered like this fancy pizza that had like a bunch of toppings. And one of the things was like, I don't know what it was. It could have been maybe like a spinach. It was a darker leafy green. And so, but I actually really liked it on the pizza, and it didn't make me not want the pizza. And so I felt like that was good. I honestly have the taste buds, or kind of used to have the taste buds of like a 5-year-old. I have been getting better, especially since being with my husband, because like, since he gets more like adventurous things, I guess, I'm able to try some of his food, because like I used to never want to try things because I didn't want to waste all the food. But since my husband is ordering the food, I can try just a little bit of his food and then learn if I like it or not. So yeah. Since being with my husband, I've gotten a lot better about trying foods, and I feel like my food preferences have become a little bit more mature. But everyone does still make fun of me because I will pretty much always get the kids' meal or the chicken tenders whenever I go out to eat. But trying to find the other, let's see. I feel like my taste buds are changing again. After I got super sick last year, certain tastes and textures don't work anymore, which is kind of sad because a few things I liked don't taste the same, but trying to find other things that fill the void. Oh, I know, I can kind of relate with being pregnant. Like there's some foods I really liked before I was pregnant, but now that I am pregnant, like I'm just super put off by some foods, especially if I try to eat them during the morning sickness phase. Like if I try to eat, or like if it was a food that I ate a lot during the morning sickness phase, I like almost can't even look at it now because it reminds me of like how sick I felt. And I'm just like, nope, I don't even want to look at that. I don't want anything to do with it. So yeah, we definitely have some food around our kitchen that's just like not being eaten. And I feel kind of bad. But like, I literally can't eat it. Okie dokie. Well, to my surprise, I was able to get the sketch complete before 8 o'clock. So yay! um, but I will be finishing the rest of the sketch off stream, since I do want to add some extra details like the blue veins and some extra details to the eyes, and I'll also add some of the color accents. So I do apologize. I couldn't fully finish the picture, but we have gone an hour over the estimated time that I thought I would be doing. So I feel like I have to call it. So yeah, I do apologize that we weren't able to fully finish, but I do feel like we made really good progress. We got Ari done, and I feel like he turned out pretty cute. And we got Lynn's mostly done, and I'm looking forward to finishing her up off stream. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and thank you for sticking through the long stream. Or if you left early because you had to leave early, thank you for just stopping in. I really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you had fun and enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much to my moderators for being here and for helping out. I really appreciate it. And thank you all so much to everyone that super chatted. So yeah, bye-bye. I hope to see you next time.